We're here at SamePage Play. This is a performance station, and this is where each and every one of the musicians comes to, once it's turned on, they each submit their very own password so that it knows to bring up the music that that particular musician needs to see. On our 19-inch wide touchscreen, we can display two sheets of music that are 8.5 by 11, which is larger than the music that you could print out or even copy. The first thing I'm going to do as the worship leader is to go down here to this little button that's in yellow that says waiting. This gives me the option now of selecting whether I want to be a leader or a follower. And we simply do that by hitting that button right there. And we're going to choose the leader role. And now it opens up a few more buttons for me, those that are shown in blue. And we go to Playlist Manager. And Playlist Manager is the polite form for electronic file cabinet. So we're going to pull that up there. So all the music that you saw in SamePage Plan is now rests right here at your fingertips as a worship leader. So your entire library is right at your fingertips. Kind of like taking all those metal file cabinets that you use and surrounding yourself on stage with them, because now everything is here at your fingertips. You can find your music in a variety of ways through those song filters that we talked about in SamePage Plan. Those filters are, hey, I want to see what key it's in, or what you know of the title of the song. You can type it in. You can also sort it by theme, and we'll bring that up. Here we have Pastor's Favorites, Paul Baloche, Christmas music, Grace music. So you can find it quickly when you're on stage. But we've also added yet an additional song filter, and that song filter is our smart keyboard. As you can see right here, everything, all the keys that are highlighted in black are indicative of songs that begin with that particular letter. So if we were to, for instance, hit the letter A and bring up everything from Above All through Amazing Grace, that would show you all the songs that are there that begin with the letter A. But what we're going to do is go to the Load Playlist button. Remember, we synced our playlist. And the nice thing about SamePage is that it enables you to save your playlists over a period of time, so that if you want to go back a year later, 2 years later, to see what songs you played on a given Sunday or played on at a given band performance, you can find that playlist. So we're going to just scroll on down here to the one that I want, and we'll get there in just a second. There we go. Unload it in. And this is the exact same playlist that we were dealing with SamePage Plan. Now, what I'd like to do is to show you the various forms of music that can be displayed on SamePage. And we're going to do that simply by hitting Exit. Normally, when I play, I usually see either saxophone music or vocal music. But right here is a typical chord chart. And this very next one is what we call a lead sheet. The very next one that we have is piano, a vocal part. The very next one, again, is a trumpet part. So, as you can see, we can display a variety of music. And one of the things that I want to show you about SamePage is here on this very next song. We're going to pretend, and boy, this would be quite a stretch for me, that I'm a guitar player. I literally do not know which end to blow into on a guitar, but I don't think you blow into that. In any event, here we have a typical notation piece of music. Playing guitar, most of the time, those folks want to see a chord chart. So what we can do, again, as we explained in SamePage Plan, you can bring in a variety of forms of music. But to see exactly what that worship leader has brought in, we're going to hit this button that says Screen Content. And on this one, it's going to tell me the various forms of music that have been loaded in on SamePage. We have a piano part. We also have lyrics, just lyrics alone. We also have a lead sheet. But we are going to go with the rich text file, which is a chord chart. So here's what we're going to do. And now I have the ability as an individual musician to change the content that I am viewing. I went from a piano vocal now to a chord chart. But the first thing that we notice here, especially for guitar players, this is in A flat. And it brings about what we call the A flat whine. And the A flat whine goes something like this. I don't like to play in flats. I don't like A flat. I don't want to play in A flat. All right, so to ease the guitar player's mind and his pain, we have the ability, that person has the ability, because of the way you've imported your music, to choose the key they would like to play this in. Now, in this particular instance, as we're pretending here, the rest of the team wants to play it in A flat, but the guitar player does not want to play it in A flat. He has the choice now to go back to screen content. And here it is in a variety of keys that we have brought that one particular chord chart in. And let's say he wants to play it in the key of G. We hit save, and there it pops up in the key of G. Now the rest of the team is in A flat. As you can see, it is now highlighted in red. So if we were to give the downbeat right now, we might have a problem. It might not sound right, because the guitar player's strumming it in G, the rest of us are doing it in A flat. What's missing? Well, capo instructions are missing. Those capo instructions can be found right here above screen content. And there you see, to strum this in the key of G, we need to put the capo on fret number 1. So, bringing in content in a variety of different keys enables you to have capo instructions immediately. Now, as you have noticed, I am taking everybody from song to song as the worship leader. And that is something that over 1,100 worship leaders told us when we were first designing SamePage. We want to be in control, and we want to enable that. And we want to know that when we take people to a particular song, they are ready to play that song. So, and it's the song that everybody is singing at the same time. With paper, a lot of times you have what we call the Gary factor, where Gary's down on the end, he's never ready, he's thumbing through his music, or his music's on the floor. Not with SamePage. The worship leader takes us from song to song. But one important difference. Once I take, let's say, the piano player to this part, they have multiple pages that need to be turned. I may be a guitar player and play from a chord chart, which is 1 page, or a horn player that has 2 pages. Piano, 4, 5, 6 pages. Here's how easy it is for me to navigate through that song as a piano player. I simply touch the screen and move forward. And if I need to go back to the previous page, just do something like that. Now, I cannot advance to the next song, Be Thou My Vision, until the worship leader or the band leader takes me to that song. But while I'm on this song, and if I have multiple pages, I can turn pages this way or through a programmable foot pedal that we provide that enables you to have your hands free. Now, we're going to go down here to Be Thou My Vision. This is a typical horn part. And I don't know about you folks, but have you ever inherited a third or fourth hand piece of music? If you have, then you know what I'm going to be talking about. You have a music that is marked out in red ink, there's an arrow pointed over here, it's in pencil, it's in black ink, red ink, green ink, it's highlighted in yellow, highlighted in blue, so that when you're sitting there looking at the music for the first time, your initial thought is, I have a better chance of learning to speak Romanian or Chinese in 5 minutes than I do of figuring out what I'm supposed to play here. So, the unique thing about SamePage is that because each and every musician is profiled for their particular instrumentation, it means then that each musician gets their own piece of music. You might have 3 or 4 different guitar players that rotate in. You might have 3 or 4 different saxophone players that come in and